Not only is our favorite villain, Ken Griffin, losing his clients billions of dollars shorting AMC stock, he's also spending hundreds of millions of dollars to overthrow the Illinois governor, citing concerns with raising taxes. I think this situation goes a whole hell of a lot deeper, and that's what we're going to talk about here in this video, as well as go over breaking news with AMC stock. And I mean, we are shattering records. This is going to lead to an incredible Q4 earnings. And this is something you guys should hear, as well as go over the data for the day that you guys need to know. So the only thing that I'm going to ask you guys to do here in this video is hit the like button if you are buying AMC stock, if you are holding the stock, or if you have not sold a single share. Hit the like button for me. Love and appreciate you guys. Let's get straight into this video. So Ken Griffin's Illinois' richest person with a net worth of $21 billion will spend up to $300 million in the next Illinois election. He is determined to unseat Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker and push a slate of conservative candidates. And we're not going to get into this article, but they're basically saying this is very strange for him to be donating this amount of money. And I totally agree. And as of right now, he has donated $46.75 million of the approximately $48.1 million that has been received by the coalition to stop the proposed tax hike amendment. In August, Griffin gave the group $20 million. It's very weird to be seeing this because if you're super wealthy, we all know wealthy people pay very little taxes because of write-offs, so on and so forth. So why is he pushing this agenda so much? Why does he want a Republican governor to step into the main seat? I think it's because, and I think it's pretty straightforward, this is going to give Ken Griffin much more power. The Chicago Board Options Exchange is in Chicago. The New York Stock Exchange, the Chicago branch, is in Chicago. What does Ken Griffin do, and what will be pushed in his favor if he does get his way through all of these donations? Well, less regulatory investigations, just an easier slate through all of the manipulation that they have been doing. I think that's pretty straightforward, and I think this raises a huge $300 million red flag. And that's all I'm going to say about this, because we could speculate all we want here, but until anything is definitive, until we get new information, that's really it. I'll let your guys' heads wander, as well as mine is, on why the real motive is, or what the real motive is for him doing this. Let's move on to the breaking news for AMC stock, and this is incredible. Adam Aaron tweeted this 4 hours ago. Did you see our attendance numbers thanks to Sony Pictures Spider-Man? More than 7 million guests Thursday to Sunday at AMC globally. A pandemic reopening record set on Thursday, broken and new record set again on Friday, broken and set again on Saturday. Hello, Peter Parker. Now, what is actually incredible about this? When Adam Aaron went on CNBC today with Jim Cramer, I will link this down below in the description of this video. You guys can go ahead and watch this whole video. I certainly did. And what Adam Aaron said was 7 million guests in a single weekend was more than they've seen in all of Q1 2021. The Q4 earnings for AMC are going to be mind-blowing. You're going to see incredible numbers, and as well as that, next year, we have blockbuster movie after blockbuster movie that is hitting the big screens. Avatar 2 is coming out. Avatar is the top grossing movie of all time. Almost $3 billion at the box office. And that's just the state one. There's another Spider-Man movie. There's a ton of blockbuster movies that are coming out in 2022. What this is going to do is to help the market makers and other hedge funds price in a more bullish 2022 on a fundamental basis. Now, if your short thesis, and this is the short thesis for the hedge funds that are betting against AMC, is, hey, this company's never going to recover. Well, if markets start to price in, AMC is going to recover and even surpass its previous years as far as revenue and potential profits are concerned in 2022. You're going to see that whole consensus take a massive flip, because right now it's kind of borderline, right? You can make an argument that they're overvalued or fairly valued. I'm not really here to do that. You guys already know my stance on this. But what I know is 2022 is going to be the best year that AMC has probably ever seen in the business of theaters, the business that they are currently in. So that crushes the short thesis. And just to put that into perspective, like I said, 7 million guests in a single weekend was more than they seen in all of Q1 2021. That's mind-blowing. That's crazy. That's big news. AMC should be up more than what it currently is. But let's move on to some of the data for the day and what you guys really need to know. So AMC is sitting comfortably down 1.85%. We're sitting right above our $28 support line, and we have stayed above this level. We have not came under $28 today, and that is a huge sign. What I want to see is us stay above $28 per share. Worst case scenario, I would be okay with us falling back to $26.50. But if we can remain above this, then we're looking at the next leg up, which is going to be to the 200-day moving average. That is at $32.35 per share, and then expect some resistance around this range, and then ultimately around $35 per share as well. My price prediction for the week is to break above the 200-day moving average. I almost said $200. That would be nice, but break above the 200-day moving average, and then find resistance around $35. So to ultimately close the week in between this range right here. That was my price prediction. We'll see if it comes true. I really don't expect too much downside because ultimately we do have the Matrix coming out on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we will get the opening numbers for that movie as well, and I think that will create more bullish sentiment towards AMC in general, and I think that's going to be really, really good. But the markets, they are pretty much dying today, as we do have China basically cutting its interest rates, meaning their economy is slowing down. We have Omicron fears that are coming back to life, as well as that Joe Manchin pretty much slash the chances of the Build Back Better plan being approved. And this was seen as more stimulus because of one of the main reasons: the child tax credit is done for right now. If this bill is passed, or if it were to be passed, you would see that child tax credit last for one more year. So that's essentially taking out stimulus from the economy. And Goldman Sachs has revised their GDP forecast for growth for America down about 30% because of this. So investors, they're freaking out a bit today. NASDAQ down 1.8%, S&P down 1.68%, the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 1.79%, and the Russell 2000 down 2.62%. Considering AMC is not even down close to what the Russell 2000 is, or even the NASDAQ, Dow, or the S&P, that is a very strong sign. And AMC is showing a lot of strength today, believe it or not. Now, the volume for the day, what are we at? About 48.4 million shares, and we have seen very volatile moves. If we pull this out to the 1-minute candlestick chart, especially the first really hour or two of trading today, incredibly volatile moves back and forth that we were seeing. Even really the first half an hour of trading was incredibly volatile. We were up and down, 4% up, 2% down, back and forth like that. So I do expect that to continue throughout the rest of this week, but I do expect a bounce closer to the end of the week as well. Now let's get into the Ortex data. What are we looking at for the day? Let's go ahead, refresh this page. We're looking at 19.92% short interest of free float. These are only estimates, 102.22 million shares that are sold short, and we know these estimates are very conservative. On the bare minimum, in my personal opinion, the exchange reported short interest data is going to come in at 20%. On the higher end, 25% is what I'm expecting. Return shares for the day, 2.31 million. Borrowed shares, 474.9 thousand. Short interest change of negative 1.68%. But like I said, these are only estimates, and we'll get a better picture of what is actually being reported by the end of the day today. Share utilization is 81.2%. Days to cover, 2.45. We're really watching to see if this days to cover and the share price correlation does continue on the trajectory it is, where the days to cover is going down and the share price has started to go up. So I want to see the days to cover come down and the share price continue to go up, or the share price at least stay flat and the days to cover to go back up. You want the days to cover as high as possible. That's basically your gauge of how hard is it for shorts to cover on their short positions. Now, as far as the stock tracker data as well, we are looking at a lot of calls that are out of the money. Not too much that is actually in the money, but we do have a potential for a lot of these calls to actually go into the money. But what we really need to start paying attention to is January 21st, 2022 expiration, with 410,000 calls that are out of the money, 116,000 calls that are currently in the money, 300,000 puts that are out of the money, and 60,000 puts that are in the money. I really don't want to focus on the put side of this too much because there's not that many puts that are in the money that will run out of the money that will really cause a lot of de-hedging or buying from the market makers in general. It's mostly going to be the puts that run from out of the money into the money that, in my opinion, will cause most of the buying that will have to happen by the market makers. And what I really want you guys to know is at this $40 strike, we have a lot of open interest. What are we at for the day? 56,000 for open interest at the $40 strike. So if we start to make big moves to the upside and get close to this $40 strike, if not cross above this, which I definitely think there's no way we won't by January 21st, 2022, then you're going to see a big boost to the upside because that right there is 5.6 million shares that will potentially have to be bought by the market makers, or will have to be bought by the market makers if we close above $40 per share by that expiration date. So all in all, this is an incredibly bullish day. I hope you guys are just as excited as I am. If you guys are holding your stock, like I said, if you're buying more, if you have not sold a single share, hit the like button for me. Consider subscribing to the channel as well. Make sure to check out the comments down below for the pinned comments. Go ahead, follow me over on Twitter, as well as the link for the buy and sell alerts and links for free stocks in the description, as well as this video with this interview from Adam Aron and Jim Cramer that is on CNBC. All of that linked down below in the description of this video. Love and appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.